How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Hope you had a great Christmas, you enjoyed your gifts, time with your family, and had a wonderful day. But Christmas is over, we make our way towards the New Year celebrations, but before then, of course, we've got time for more videos, right? And today we're going to be starting off with a really cool piece of news that VG247 have said we're ecstatic to announce that Bethesda's 2023 masterpiece is our game of the year. So, Hi-Fi Rush is Video Games 24/7's game of the year for 2023. And as you can see here, people are just happy that it's won. It's a good stuff. The game is really good. So definitely one I'm going to finish on stream. And if you haven't yet checked it out, it is on Game Pass. So definitely go and check it out if you do have Game Pass. It's also available on PC via Steam, PC Microsoft Store, and of course Xbox Store for the console. Definitely worth checking out. It's available to play on the cloud as well. Next up, we have our official release date is confirmed. Mind the Gap, Fallout London. And as you can see here, let's play this. I'm going to turn the audio off because I really don't want to be demonetized and dealing with that today. But you've got Fallout London, and it says coming, and it actually has a release date. Now, of course, this is a mod, not on the remastered Fallout 4, but on the current Fallout 4, it seems. The 23rd of April, 2024. So not too far away, but it does actually look pretty sweet. It's been completely done from ground up, it seems, the mod. And sadly, from what I've read, you can't use your previous save. So when you start this, it's going to be a whole new experience. But you know what? If it's got a compelling story, if it plays as good as it looks, this should actually be a really, really good game. Good stuff. So as you can see here, you've got Xbox Curator listing the possible 2024 games that are coming out. You've got Avowed, which is very highly likely. Hellblade 2 for sure. Indiana Jones is hit or take. Forza Horizon 6, we could probably expect it this year. Clockwork Revolution as well. Starfield Shattered Space. Diablo Vessel of Hatred. Call of Duty Black Ops Gulf War. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And of course, one that they've missed out here, South of Midnight. That really weird and funky game that should be coming in 2024 as well. These are just the games that we know of. There could be more that we just simply aren't aware of. So Gear 6 is clearly missing from here. Marcus Phoenix Collection is missing from here. We've got the game that is rumored to be coming out next year from People Can Fly, which should be the Marcus Phoenix Collection. I mean, that's what we're assuming anyway. So good stuff. There's also news about the Mandalorian game, so we don't know how far that is going along, if it even exists. That's a rumor at the moment, so things are looking bright when it comes to Xbox. Of course, here we have stuff that starts to get a little bit more murky. Sony has pretty much acknowledged that barring Call of Duty, they won't be getting any more Activision Blizzard King games. Kick to the nuts. Sony lost Bethesda, and now they lost nearly all of ABK Blizzard franchises. So Sony already accepts that they're not going to get any of the single player games. Maybe the multiplayer, because that actually makes sense from Microsoft to put the multiplayer games. Anyone that tries to shield off a multiplayer game from other platforms is burning valuable money, right? That's it. Those games live and die by their multiplayer and by players. So by you restricting it to one platform and one platform only, those games don't live long. Unless you're Nintendo, they live forever. Sega will likely be next. No more Sonic, Persona, Yakuza. I think this PlayStation fan is clearly coming to the realization that all these years where PlayStation was kind of shoehorning, blocking games going to Xbox, and they were all happy and perfectly okay with it, well, now that Microsoft is doing it in a much more indefinite, permanent way, well, they're not liking it. Well, you liked it back then, you can like it now, right? I mean, Sony are still doing it with games like Silent Hill, and they're trying to secure as many exclusives this year, well, next year, as much because they've got no first-party games coming. So third-party is pretty much all they can leverage right now. But we've got this slide here which says budget. High content costs for headline titles carrying over catalog amortization from fiscal year 22 give us limited resources for new content. Leverage revenue share, craft more focused monthly lineups, avoid bad deals. No, seriously. And then we got limited headline partners, with Ubisoft content secured, so they've actually got exclusive content. I think they were talking about Avatar, which didn't go well. Activision out and EA Play not viable, headline content options are more limited. Lean on larger opportunity partners, and I assume they mean like MiHoYo and stuff, or HoYoverse as they're called now. Identify day and date potential hits, so trying to get those big exclusive titles like Final Fantasy 17. Secure Take-Two and EA titles. Again, they're not looking at buying them out because they don't have the money for that, but they're trying to secure the big titles for, I guess, marketing rights, like Grand Theft Auto 6. That would be a big win for them, without a shadow of doubt. Local relevance. Content engagement are low in certain major countries and cannot improve with globally aligned content alone. Target regionally relevant content, build regional assets. So this is like Spider-Man, where they knew that in the East, having all that diversity stuff in there just wouldn't sell. So they immediately took that shit out because money means more than morals. Build regional assets, raise awareness, and educate pubs. So, and pubs is publishers. So, not a great start for Sony. Of course, then we have this, which I actually think this is a huge blow, and this is really not nice when it comes to Insomniac. Modders have almost completed the Spider-Man 2 PC build. They just need to decrypt. They just need to decrypt the PS5 package and get the assets that are not in the leak. Now, obviously, that part there, just need to decrypt the PS5 package, that could take anywhere from a day to years, right? We don't know. But if they manage to do it, if they manage to decrypt this package, the PS5 package, Spider-Man 2 in its full entirety will be available on PC. That is going to be a monumental blow when it comes to Sony, because they are relying on this game to actually do the rounds and actually sell to the PC crowd, right? But if the PC crowd can get it for free, I can tell you they're going to get it for free. And at this point, if I was Insomniac, I would be double timing to get this out there on the market and sell as many copies as you can, encrypt everything, and push it out to the PC market if it's fully playable. Don't wait, because once this goes out onto the public, they will have lost millions, and I do mean millions. And we all know what the Marvel contracts look like. This will be a massive, massive blow to them, more than people actually estimate. This is huge. So, you know, it's a really, really horrible position for Insomniac to be in right now. This leak that underwent this data breach is probably one of the biggest that ever was. But then we have this as well. We've got these slides here which, you know, tell a story. These are from the Plus can create new customer relationships and try and get people into the crowd. Now, as we can see over here, you've got, these are the number of players through PlayStation Plus that have actually played the game. So a fair amount have played, you know, the Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima, and the Spider-Man game. But from down on down, it kind of trickles down and continues. I mean, even the God of War stuff has been very minimal. But when you look at how many of them are new to the franchise, from the 6.6 million that played it, this is Miles Morales. 3.4 million had already played the previous one, but refused to buy the sequel. That's a key thing here, right? 3.4 million had already played the previous, but refused to buy the sequel. And as you can see here, they decided to wait on Miles Morales to launch, and only 3.2 million was new to the franchise. Now, in terms of hours they played, it was roughly about 57.5 million. Hours per player is 8.7. That's all on PlayStation Plus. Now, I've had an argument, well, I've had a discussion with someone who was saying these numbers don't mean anything. I think they actually do, because I know people that wanted to play Spider-Man that wasn't prepared to buy it day one because of what it was for the sequel. I also know people that bought Spider-Man Miles Morales and after 2 hours traded it in. But I also know people that bought Miles Morales or Spider-Man the original and spent 30 hours in it. So I think these numbers give us a rough gauge on how people are taking this, approach. So you've got Miles Morales here at 8.7 hours average playtime. You've got Ghost of Tsushima 22.5, and that game is huge, right? I think I've got like 80 hours in that game, 90 hours, and I still haven't 100%ed it. That game is huge, but clearly people are just beelining the story and being happy with it. And that is how the general public are going to play. They're not going to run around New York and start taking pictures of people. They just want to experience the story. Spider-Man here, 11.9 hours. We've got Death Stranding, 10.4, and you know how big that game can be. Horizon at 13.6, I think, is about average. Returnal 8.2, clearly people have given up. Demon Souls 7.6 is kind of shocking. And even then, when it came onto PlayStation Plus, you know, just new players, 1.5 million decided to give it a try. Clearly people who were never interested in the game decided to give it a try, and some stuck around for an average of almost 8 hours before packing it in. You're looking over here, again, from the 1.3 million players that decided to give it a try, almost 1 million was new to the franchise. Again, Little Big Planet, the same story. God of War was a bit of a mixed one because 63% is kind of huge. But as you can see here, these numbers are, I mean, Little Big Planet 3 was kind of catastrophic with 2.2 hours per player. And then you've got the catalog rank here, and you've got the percentage of PSS going along. It's not very nice. Not very nice for Sony. And these numbers, maybe some will see this as good numbers, and some will see this as bad numbers. I really don't know what to make of them personally, but you know, it's damning. Then we come to this. Now, I actually saw this on Christmas Day, and I thought this was quite disgusting, right? And I'm going to keep their actual Twitter handles in open because I think this is quite disgusting. So you've got a father who works his ass off, or a mother, buys their kids an Xbox, and they're super happy, or it's a dad. 2 happy boys this morning, Xbox Series X, bought them a Series X each. And then you've got these PlayStation fans, these ponies, looks like they got done just crying. And, you know, how disgusting is this Argo game? Then you've got Kieran here. Merry Christmas to everyone except those that bought their kids Xboxes, you monsters. I mean, how disgusting of a human being do you have to be? You got Broly over here. I'd say 50% happy, if not 30%. Like, these people are literally below the salt of earth. They are scumbags. And there is a lot of this, by the way. There is a lot of this. Look at it. There is a lot of this. Xbox fanboy, PlayStation fanboys went out their way on Christmas Day to actually post shit like this. They are by far one of the lowest fan bases you can possibly get. I'm sorry. I know this doesn't equate for the majority of them, but not one Xbox fan did I see going out their way to shit on a PlayStation fan or a kid. I mean, forget about the fan, right? A kid on Christmas Day getting a gift. But the PlayStation fans made it their ambition on Christmas Day of all days to come out with shit like this. You fucking sad pieces of fucking toxic waste. That's all I've got to say about that. GTA. Apparently they've had a bunch of cancellations. Apparently 8 games have been cancelled in favor of Grand Theft Auto Online. And of course the community are up in arms because they want their single player DLCs. But as you can tell, Rockstar Games decided, you know what? The multiplayer just makes more money. And if people weren't spending as much money, they would get their money. And as you can see here from this little list here, Assassin's Union, you've got GTA 5 single player assassinations pack, you've got the Manhunt pack, Norman pack, Agent Trevor, Relationship pack, Enterprise pack, Prologue DLC, Liberty 5 DLC, all gone, all ancient history. Now this person over here decided that they're going to use this as that gotcha moment, you know, that, you know, don't cry at Naughty Dog when Rockstar are doing exactly the same thing with 3 times more employees. And, you know, I think what I said here sums it up. Don't think you can compare the two. Grand Theft Auto Online would likely be making more money than all the DLC combined. Same reason Insomniac is now a Marvel studio and not a Jack and Daxter or Ratchet studio. Naughty Dog had layoffs, likely couldn't. So the decision to cancel was made ages ago. It just was announced when it was. They're trying to now say that basically, look, if Rockstar Games can't do it, how do you expect Sony? Get more staff. Stop laying off staff. Stop firing staff at Christmas. You know, that's a good way to start, by making sure you've got capacity to make those games. In GTA's, you know, Rockstar's situation, they clearly looked at that and said, this is how much money it's going to make. Or we can invest that time into the online mode and make 5 times as much. Do you want to know which one the board went with? Well, there's your answer. And so that's the video, folks. Well done to Hi-Fi Rush for getting VG247's Games of 2023's Game of the Year award. That is a monumental achievement considering how many good games were released this year. Maybe tomorrow we can jump in, hopefully tomorrow, if not tomorrow, maybe Thursday, and do a stream on this. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing it on this channel or over at Twitch, or maybe on both. We'll see. But if I've got some time tomorrow, I'm hoping to do it. But yeah, I do want to finish this game. I think it was a really good game. I started playing, I think I got to like level 3 or 4 before I got sidetracked. Be a good way to finish it. Well, folks, hope you've had a great Christmas and you're recovering well after all that eating and boozing and just having a good time yesterday. And for those of you that were at home playing video games, rock on. That said, I'll see you in the next one. Remain legend.